In today's video, we're going to talk about word chains. Word chains are a list of words that switch back and forth between decoding and encoding a word. Decoding means to read the word, and encode means to spell the word. So when your child's practicing skills that their teacher recommended for them, you can just start changing one letter in a word to build a new word, and like kind of go down in a chain. That's why it's called a word chain. So I'm going to show you one way to do it if you have letter tiles that you can do with your child at home. If you don't have letter tiles, then you could just do it with like a whiteboard, a marker, or a piece of paper and build a whole list. So I'm going to show you two different ways, okay? You would always start off with asking them to encode, which means spell a word. So we're going to do CVC words and vowel consonant words for this video. So you would say, can you spell me the word mud? And your child should think of the sounds. D, mud. So it's three sounds, so they should have d, mud. So right there, they just encoded the word mud. You told them the word, they sounded out the word to spell the word. Now you want them to try to decode a word, which is read a word. So you're going to change one letter in mud to make a new word. So you're going to say something like, can you change the U to an A and read me the word? And then you're going to ask them, can you read that word? And they're going to say, mad. So now they decoded a word. So we encoded mud, which means we spelled it, and now we have a word written, now we have to read it. So now we're going to go back to try to encode a word, which means we have to try to spell a word. So you're going to say, can you make it made? How do you turn this into the word made? So you have How do you make this say made? Your child should add an E to the end because of the vowel consonant E syllable type. The E makes the A say its name. Then you just, again, spell the word. So now you want to read a word. So you're going to ask them to change one letter. So can you change the D to an N and read me that word? And they're going to look at the word and they're going to try to read the word. So they should sound it out. Main. So now they're reading. Now they read one. Now you want them to write one. So you're going to ask them to change one sound to try to make the word. So instead of main, can you change one sound to make it say mine? What sound are you going to change? I'm. We're going to change the A to an I. Now we just encoded the word mine, which means we wrote the word mine. Now, if your child doesn't have the letter tiles, you can just take a whiteboard and a marker and you could just start writing the word. So right now we're at mine. So we're going to go back and we want them to change it and then read a word. So you're going to say, change the M to an F and tell me what the word is. So they're going to write mine again with an F, and this says fine. And then you're going to say, good job, you read the word. If they got it wrong, you're going to fix it. Now you're going to ask them to make a word, so you're going to spell a word. So how can you make this file? And they're going to say file. We're going to change the file, the N to an L. Yes? So that's encoding and decoding with word chains. So you want to try to go back and forth, and it's okay if you don't go back and forth every time to decoding and encoding and decoding and encoding. That's totally okay, as long as you're doing a little bit of switching it up. Sometimes you're asking them to change the sound and read the word, and sometimes you're just telling them the word and asking them to write the word. So back and forth, and it's just changing one sound as you go down the list. So those are word chains. I'll do a bunch of different ones throughout the summer with videos of skills that your child can work on. So this was closed syllables with short vowels and vowel consonant E words. If you have any questions, let me know. Thanks for watching.